How's it going, boys? It's me, your favorite animal. Or not, I guess. Pick one, honestly. Doesn't matter at this point. In any case, today I have an absolutely not gay shirt. Wait, wrong shirt. Ta-da! It's like magic if you pretend that you're low IQ. In any case, today we have a discussion that's gonna piss off absolutely probably everyone watching this video. And that I dropped the thing on the electric cords. I probably should not have done that. Wait. There we go. Fire hazard reduced, I guess. In any case, today's subject is gonna be, is Magic the Gathering dying? And the answer to this question is gonna piss off even more of you, because the answer is yes, 100%, and no, because it's really complicated, okay? And I'm sure everyone is gonna enjoy this topic, no matter what, right? We all can be adults here.
I'm not a fan of universes beyond. While there's some properties that I personally like, from Doctor Who to The Princess Bride, and other properties that I don't personally enjoy but can still acknowledge have had amazing card designs, such as Warhammer 40k, overall, if it were up to me, I'd not have brought in outside properties to Magic the Gathering. That's just my personal opinion. But it's
Okay, wow, it's getting hot here right now, but I'm glad because this is exactly what I wanted to talk about. So, Magic the Gathering is facing a problem, and that is that it's probably the worst card game designed in the modern age. And I'm not joking, sadly, no. The amount of land, the fact that Magic the Gathering has lands completely negates almost any level of skill. And the fact to prove this is Magic the Gathering itself, that literally every person that wins 2 or 3 tournaments in a row gets found out to be a cheater sooner or later. The best competitive players in Magic are just the people who cheat the best. And Magic is alone, honestly, in this regard when it comes to card games, because the RNG of lands is just bad. And considering every other game in that currently is popular or has been popular has found a way to around that, or created ways to mitigate the RNG so it's still mostly skill-based, puts Magic in a disadvantage that the average person's expectancy of a card game is way higher than it was when Magic came out. Magic was effectively the first big card game of, a fantasy variant, I should say, probably. And that gives it an extreme advantage, honestly. But this advantage is not infinite, because new players just don't want to play Magic, especially looking at Arena, because it's honestly insulting to most people's intelligences, looking at Arena and being like, yeah, sure, just my 5th game in a row with 2 lands in the opening hand while I have 25 lands. Sure. And when I play a mono aggro red, I have 4 lands on turn 4 always, without exception. Sure, yes, this is what they call RNG. Yeah, that doesn't obviously help. So, considering Magic can't really get new people to come and play it, Magic needs some kind of other things. And that, sadly, is Universes Beyond. Which sadly kind of throws all the previous old Magic fans out the window, because, Universes Beyond is just a money grab that's meant to bring in other fresh people who are not gonna stick to the game. And it creates a bunch of stupid meme cards, like a 10,000 damage, porcupine, pineapple, or whatever, cactus, there we go. And that's not good. That's not great. That's actually pretty bad. And this makes the old Magic players, by default, kind of not happy, because Magic was its own thing. It was its own story. But considering the last time we had a serious story, and that was Pyrexia, and it was shit. They were afraid to kill off real characters. The art just turned into pinehead needlehead type of things, and it was pretty lame and dull. It was mostly body horror from the 70s done in probably one of the most atrociously weak ways possible. And it was dumb. It turned the Pyrexians from a force of nature to like your typical cliche fighting for kind of dominance type of thing. I don't know. And anyway, it sucked, and you know it sucked. No one's even gonna try and fight this point, right? No one's that stupid. You're gonna get destroyed in the comments if you try. Okay, there's literally nothing good about the Pyrexian thing. After that, they obviously went to do other things because that was their big try in being cool. And then they just decided to add Zoomer shit and cowboys and things like that. It's kind of sad.
It's not up to me. And Magic has brought in outside properties, and it has been, inarguably, an enormous, incredible success. So while I personally...
For now. Because the risk is the fact that you're kind of brushing aside your own player base by not catering to them anymore. Those are your real players. Okay? You don't really have that many outside properties that you can try to break into. Warhammer's not gonna give a shit. They have their own tabletop game. They have their own games. They don't need Magic. It's just a neat collectible thing for super fans. Final Fantasy could not give less of a shit about Magic. They have their own stuff, obviously, and so on. So, by brushing aside the old players and catering to the new people who are never gonna be your core audience, ever actually, you're kind of damaging yourself in the long run if this does not turn out super successful somehow. And I honestly don't see a way for it to be super successful. I see this as a short-term thing that's gonna damage Magic probably in the long-term 3 to 4 years.
Just want Magic to have stayed Magic, I cannot deny that Universes Beyond has brought in more new players and more of the sweet, sweet cash for Hasbro than imaginable, all while keeping the majority of existing players interested and excited for upcoming sets, such as Final Fantasy, Spider-Man, and Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Avatar is cool, but that's because I like Avatar. Spider-Man, who gives a shit? Knowing Hasbro, it's gonna be a lot of Miles Morales Spider-Man, okay? Not actual Spider-Man.
All of which come out this year. And I am able to compartmentalize those two ideas. I don't personally like that we have Universes Beyond and Magic, but it's actually been a net positive, and no, it hasn't killed the game, nor has it killed my love for the game. Not my jam, but I'm glad if it is your jam, and I can even...
Just wait a little bit and we're gonna see. Admittedly, I think it's a coin flip. Because something else is gonna happen in between and in the middle. So I'm not gonna be right, probably, but also saying that this is not gonna kill Magic is also technically still also incorrect.
Even find a little bit of joy in it myself from time to time. Now, that isn't to say things like the price and availability of Universes Beyond isn't an issue, because it absolutely is. And yes, I will talk about the outrageous price increases for Final Fantasy in its own devoted video, but I want to be clear that here, when I say Universes Beyond is not the problem, that I specifically mean the existence of outside IP in Magic the Gathering is not the problem.
True.
We could use less of it, and we could use Wizards maybe being a bit more selective about what they choose to bring into Magic, and we certainly could use it not being outrageously marked up, but the existence of Universes Beyond is not the problem. But there is a problem growing within Magic the Gathering, and that problem is the way which Wizards of the Coast has seemingly been self-sabotaging its own worlds, the sets which take place within the Magic the Gathering universe. 50% of Magic the Gathering...
I don't even consider Ether Drift a Magic the Gathering product, to be honest.
Maybe universe...
It's obviously an atrocity against God.
Is beyond now, but the 50% that is still Magic the Gathering has become more and more superficial, more and more frivolous, and ultimately Sadly, more and more rushed through and passed over in favor of the other half of Magic the Gathering, the half that is Universes Beyond.
Ah.
Blah 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 blah. But I got something else to wind on and on about first. Food. It's one of life's greatest pleasures, but when you lead a busy life like I do, it's often hard to find the time for your order every week.
No.
Factor.
Bad.
So what exactly has gone wrong with the in-universe sets of Magic the Gathering? Several things, in fact, that I shall cover, but let's start here. Currently, our in-universe set is a race car set. In it, characters we know.
I told you before this fucking set came out. Yay, it's a race car set. By the way, people fought me against the Bloomboro doesn't look like gay trash, because it is. It 100% is. And you're wrong for saying it's not, okay? It's little rodents, okay? That's not Magic the Gathering, okay? Figuring out is Samuta male or female. Now that's Magic the Gathering, okay? It is what it is. No one knows. But hey, I mean, considering before the stupid race cars that I predicted were gonna be bad, because no one likes vehicles, wizards. How did you not figure that out? How do you not honestly know it? It's like the 101 of Magic. Everyone hates vehicles. If they're good, they are blatantly broken because the mechanic requires multiple things to work. And if they're bad, it's just bad and no one likes the game. I'm actually happy that they're bad because vehicles are so stupid.
From our previously distinct and once taken seriously worlds have dressed up in NASCAR-like racing suits to get on motorcycles and speed cars.
Oh yeah, and the best part about this atrocity is the fact that it's Chandra. It's Chandra-centric. Why? Because Chandra is a lesbian, lore-wise, I think. I'm not sure. People have told me that. I would not doubt it, honestly, considering how fugly she is, okay? She's given up on getting a man. It's too hot, okay? It is what it is. And Chandra's lame, okay? Chandra kind of used to be so like, oh, that's Chandra. I kind of like that. But now it's like, oh my god, it's Chandra. Can we please stop? Like, Chandra is the Zenyatta of Magic, okay? Instead of Hollywood, she's ruined in all the movies you watch. Zelina, Zenyatta? Is her name Zenyatta? Who cares? You know what I'm talking about. That one, exactly. It's Chandra's the Magic version of that, and that is sad.
Suits.
Especially the fact that no one likes her. Like, why can't wizards just do things that people like? I already talked about this. If you want to push a female, push Liliana. It's such a simple thing. Strong, confident, actually not a Mary Sue, powerful. Oh, but wait, she has done mistakes, admitted to those mistakes, and actually doesn't treat men like shit. I'm assuming Chandra treats men like shit, by the way, just because, obviously. And Liliana loves her family and things like that, okay? So Liliana obviously can be the face of new Magic because that's too normal, okay? That's too close to the nuclear family. So, yay.
To get on motorcycles and speed cars and race along highways that have somehow been erected on planes like Amonkhet and Murganda and all compete for a giant MacGuffin trophy. It's the race car set. We're in cars and motorcycles and we are racing. Hey, can you name all of the teams? Honestly, right now, from memory, can you correctly name all 5 of the racing teams of this?
There's themes? I'm feeling I'm not the only one saying that out loud.
Set. Is it 5 or is it 10? Who are they and what are their personalities? Did you even know there were 10 teams? Did you even know there were teams? Prior to this was our 80s horror set where
oh god, this wasn't 80s, this was Zoomers.
cheerleaders and angsty teens ran away from clowns and dolls based on Annabelle and Chucky while sporting Nike sneakers, hitting play on their Walkmans and busting ghosts right back into their TV sets. And acknowledgement, Duskmorn was still a great and fantastic set, but
Duskborn was not hated because it had good cards. At the end of the day, people are gonna complain about a set if it doesn't have good cards. Like, Ether Drift could have actually been a success, but there's... Day one Ether Drift was me understanding that there's literally no good cards in the set. Except for, the synthesizer decks, which they did add a lot for that, which is insane. But, you know, whatever.
that was due in no small part to its amazing mechanics and card design, and less to the fact that it was filled with tongue-in-cheek.
The mechanic was shit. It was called Survive. Don't try to gaslight me. It was good, okay? Survive is one of the dumbest and worst mechanics ever made in this game that can be utilized in mono white aggro enchantments. I did, and it's actually really good in there, but most people don't even know that Duskmorn had an original mechanic.
Memes and references to 80s culture and horror movies. And of course, prior to that, everyone dressed up as cowboys,
And this was worse, somehow, even
though it made no sense whatsoever. Why is Queen Marchesa suddenly on Thunder Junction, acting like a common outlaw? And again, dressed and talking like a cowboy? Why is
no idea who she is.
Rakdos, the slumbering leader of the Rakdos Guild of Ravnica, suddenly on Thunder Junction and playing dress-up as the muscle of a gang of other Magic characters from across the multiverse?
Oh, they were a gang? Oh, that's sad.
Once characters were portrayed in earnest and treated seriously, not as if some kid had all their action figures and decided to dress them up in cowboy hats and mash them together. And before that, the hat of choice was a fedora, never before seen on the beloved plane of Ravnica, which now has literally hundreds upon hundreds of detectives.
Making orcs detectives, okay, Wizards, you got me. You want to portray the obvious Mexicans as smart. Wink, wink, got it. Wokeness, I'm here for you. But this is a fucking Sphinx. Okay?
All wearing the distinct fashion style not of the world of Ravnica, but from the cheesy and dated noir detective films of our world. Fairies are now detectives and they wear little tiny fedoras because that's how detectives dress. And Lizov, the mysterious shape-shifting leader of the Demir Guild, is also a detective. Watch out, criminals and murderers.
Yeah, like, Lizov is an interesting thing because he's supposed to be a big deal. Yeah, I never knew who he was. People in the comments actually explained to me who he is. And... well, not a single Lizov card has ever been good. Well, there was one that was slightly usable, but not really.
Lizov is on the case. He's looking for clues, as is half the population of Ravnica, seemingly. He's teaming up with Scooby-Doo and Columbo, who have been turned into silly magic cards for this, our in-universe set. This new style of set where everyone's a detective, everyone's a cowboy, everyone's a race car driver has been referred to as hat sets, where there is little to no world building and whose premise is only as deep as, wouldn't it be cool if your favorite Magic characters were all dressed as blank? I believe that hat sets have made it so that our in-universe Magic sets feel less and less like Magic. If half of all of Magic the Gathering is going to be universes beyond, then the other half, the half that is in-universe, needs to double down on everything that makes Magic, well, Magic. Even when you do have a non-hat set, such as Caverns of Ixalan, these in-universe Magic
I don't know about this one, Chief. Good card, absolutely god-awful art, and you know why.
the Gathering sets can often feel less and less like in-universe Magic sets, when the very booster packs come with things like Jurassic Park cards inside of them, or Transformers cards, or Ghostbusters cards. Were those in the
God, I hate all of this so much, honestly.
Duskborn packs? I can't even keep it straight anymore. This year's in-universe set
By the way, you know how I am absolutely 100% certain that this is gonna be a failure? Because no IP except Fortnite and shooting games does this. There is no IP that willingly inserts other IPs that fight for your attention and how cool they are because of their stories and whatnot. Willingly inserts other IPs except Fortnite because those are skins and that's different than this, okay? No one else does this because no one else willingly wants to sabotage themselves with their opponents, with opposition, and make people be like, oh, I'm a Magic player. Oh, what is this? Warhammer? Wow, that's pretty cool. I can already feel pubes growing on my balls suddenly. Wow. Well, you know what? I'm gonna go play this Warhammer thing now because Magic introduced me to it. No one does this except Magic and thinks it's a good idea.
Edge of Eternities looks really cool so far, and hopefully we'll dive deep into world building and take its narrative seriously. But
I'm sorry, what? Edge of Eterna what now? Also,
narrative
what the hell is this? You're gonna take your narrative seriously when this is what we're dealing with here, okay? This right here? This is clearly an angel made of energy that for some reason has decided, I'm gonna win onward. And these are also, looks like, no, these are probably normal people, I guess. I don't know. I don't know why the fucking energy angel has decided I'm gonna need armor. I don't know. I don't know. But it has.
seriously. But even if it does, that can all be diluted and trivialized if those booster packs contain, I don't know, Rick and Morty cards or Star Wars cards, because even then you are getting Universe Beyond cards.
To be fair, Professor, you need a pretty high IQ to understand the Rick and Morty cards.
Cards in my non-universes beyond packs. Or maybe they'll just lean into silly, completely out-of-universe art styles like Aetherdrift's cartoony, wacky racers alternate art.
I hate this.
It's one thing to have showcase artworks like Eldraine, where the alternate arts look like pages.
Yeah, this is fine because this is clearly just like a, you know, page from a story.
From a fantasy storybook. Like something that matches not only Eldraine's aesthetic.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie though, I do hate this, whatever this crap is. This is kind of dumb.
But the aesthetic of Magic the Gathering. And it's another to have whatever this is, or this in your in-universe booster packs.
Jesus.
And I'm sorry, but no matter how rich and complex the main set cards from Edge of...
You know what I absolutely hate about Magic in general? It's the fact that people are like, oh, look at the art, it's so good. The art is not good. Shut the fuck up, okay? The art has never mattered in Magic, but at least it has been palpable. But this is clearly not palpable in any way, okay? There are people who say that Magic's art matters a lot, and that, you know, blah, blah, blah. And for everyone who says that Magic's art matters a lot, no one will ever show me this. So, if you want, you can try to prove me wrong by showing me a single one expensive Magic card on cardboard that is weak and has a shitty effect that is not like a 30-year-old piece of history at this point. That is good because, well, that is expensive because of the art. Okay, there is none. All of the cards that are expensive are either limited edition something, 30 years old pieces of history, or they're ridiculously strong in a modern setting. That's it. There's no such thing as an expensive card because it has good art, okay? That's not a real thing.
Of eternity might be, it will absolutely detract from that quality if you have a goofy Buck Rogers style Jace's Space Cadet alternate art like this. Wait a minute, that's a real card.
Jesus.
So is this. They were
Jesus.
uncards. But now this is the type of art style and goofiness you can.
By the way, there's a reason why this does not get put in Arena. Because it's clearly trash, most of this at least.
Find in regular booster packs. When you do wacky, outrageous, and cartoony showcase styles that in no way are evocative of the aesthetic of in-universe Magic cards, you turn a regular Magic set into an unset, a joke set. And I don't want Magic's in-universe sets to be a joke. Recently, Cardboard Crack did an incredibly touching comic where the character simply read deep inspirational flavor text from cards from Magic's past. This is the...
Oh, I do love the flavor text of cards. It's really good, yeah. One of my all-time favorite card texts is from... I forgot what it's named even at this point, but it was one of the top removals for a very, very, very long time in Historic and Arena in general. The 2-cost instant black card that had like people turning to dust or something. I don't remember what it was. And it couldn't target legendaries. You could target anything but legendaries with it. Yeah, that was I love the... I don't remember it any longer because it's been literally probably a year since I have seen that card. But its text was so good. It was something about, well, legacies and it no longer being a thing. It was good.
Magic the Gathering I know and remember. The Magic the Gathering I want to see represented in my in-universe packs. Instead of everything always being a wacky joke that doesn't even look or sound like Magic. I want Magic to take itself and its world seriously again. Do Spider-Man and SpongeBob fine, but at least make sure when we return to Ravnica that it's still Ravnica. Ravnica is a world that Magic should be proud of. I don't want to return to Lorwyn next year and have the theme be that everyone dresses up like superheroes now and capes and masks or whatever. I want Magic's in-universe world to still be...
Okay, it's 11 minutes in. It's a 70-minute long video. This feels like the end of the discussion?
Magic.
Well, the video.
The next Magic the Gathering set, Dragonstorm, so far looks to do just that. While preview...
Does the Dragonstorm set have Dragonstorm the spell in it?
Have only just begun. By all indications, this is not a hat set. And this is a set that dives deep into the history and lore of a beloved Magic the Gathering world. I cannot tell you how excited I am for Tarkir. Revisiting this plane has so much opportunity for continuing to build the world and characters that so many of us fell in love with over a decade ago. While I struggle to name the racing teams of Aetherdrift, when Tarkir was released, instantly the 5 clans were etched into Magic players' minds. Sultai, Abzan, Temur.
Okay, I will literally ban anyone who in the comments will dare say that I don't know the names of the 3 color combinations, okay? Listen, the fact that I struggle with a two-man Magic symbol names of the card factions in Magic doesn't mean that I don't know this, okay? Lies.
Mardu and Jeskai. You knew what colors each...
Yeah, I know these words.
...was associated with. You knew their clan leaders and later their dragon lords.
Dragon lords? Whatever. Stupid. This is also a callback to Magic when I started to play the game. If you look at my channel, scroll all the way down to the oldest videos, you know what you're gonna find? You're gonna find that like 80% of my videos were of 4+ color decks. Yeah, what a wild time to be alive. Now a 3-color, like what? I don't even remember when I did the 3-color deck, because Wizards has fundamentally tried to completely remove 3-color decks. They don't make any good cards for 3-color decks. They don't do any of this shit any longer. It's all just around 1 or 2 color combinations, and that's it. It is pretty sad, because again, when I started playing this game, I was just constantly playing 4 or 5 color combination decks. It was great. It was amazing. But now, no longer.
This is Magic the Gathering as it once was, taking itself seriously. Sadly, while Tarkir is the next set, Wizards of the Coast has chosen to leap past it and devote its considerable hype machine to the set following it, Final Fantasy.
Oh.
And that brings me to the next problem with universes within sets. Last week with...
By the way, that's like... I did not know that. That is a complete admission of just abandoning the old fans.
Aetherdrift having fully released mere days ago, Wizards of the Coast turned its full attention to Final Fantasy, releasing a trailer, revealing commander decks, legendary creatures, exciting new cards, more silly meme cards, and basically
oh, look at that, it's the cactus shit.
Past Tarkir to instead build hype and excitement for the Universes Beyond set that follows it. All while cutting short any attention and interest that could be growing for the Universes Within set that just released, literally.
This just perfectly exemplifies all my distastes with Magic players, because this meme doesn't even work. Wizards is not saving Final Fantasy over anything. It's just this set sucks, and they're just promoting this. Cons of Tarkir is not going to get promotion because of one simple reason. It's an old thing. I think Cons of Tarkir, the way that everything is structured from what I can gather here, is going to be the set that determines. If this sells good, Wizards is going to be like, okay, we're not abandoning the old player base. But if this sells bad, because it's Cons of goddamn Tarkir, baby, a thing that everyone knows and loves, except me. Because I don't know that. Anyway, they're going to be like, yeah, if this sells poorly, if this is not a big hit, congratulations, literally any crossover, you literally won. There it is. GG Nori.
A few days earlier. Now I know there are a lot of new sets and products coming out these days, but regardless of the number of new sets being released, when you begin hyping Universes Beyond sets mere days after an in-universe set drops, when you skip an in-universe set like Tarkir to hype up Final Fantasy, it makes it feel that Wizards just isn't interested in promoting.
Oh, they're not interested. Duh.
The in-universe sets. That all WotC cares about are the Universes Beyond sets. After all, those are the sets that make all the money. And yes, I will talk about how Final Fantasy is going to be the most expensive standard set of all time, with outrageous prices not marked up by stores, but rather set and determined by Wizards of the Coast. Give me time, I'm composing that video.
Where can I, by the way, buy this shit? I'm kind of interested in this. I mean, Lego outperforms the S&P 500 constantly. Literally always, by the way. And this is gonna be 100% one of the easiest things ever, because the hype surrounding this is just ludicrous. And yeah, if I can, I'll fucking put like a couple of K in this. Not gonna lie, I would. It seems very, very easy tripling of my money in 2 years.
As we speak. These prices are ridiculous for sure, but so too is rushing through and skipping past your in-universe Magic sets. So too is filling your in-universe sets
Not financial advice.
with the superficiality of characters dressing up in hats, cards from universes beyond in booster packs, or
Okay, I feel that this is the end, right? Yeah, this is actually the end. This is gonna be the monologue that this is not what Magic the Gathering is. I agree. I agree. Anyway, that was Tolarian Community College. 10 out of 10. Bye.